All right, our next speaker coming to the stage, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, in the United States, is Miss Tamira Ms.TeeKay Kamoji. Tamira Ms.TeeKay Kamoji is speaking on the topic navigating life's warning signs with a purpose.
Go, baby! Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I want to just say it is an honor to be here. And it's an honor to be here because I came from Baltimore, Maryland, okay? I lived in the inner city of Baltimore, Maryland. That's where we have homeless people, rats, we have vacant houses, fatherless children, and that is where I came from, okay? So for many years, my identity was attached to red flags. It was attached to dead ends, caution signs, stop signs, hazards, everything, you know. And so this is where I grew up. This is where I came from. This is East Baltimore, okay. And so where I came from two parents that had troubled lives. My father was a street pharmacist, which is he was a super kingpin, which is a drug dealer. He was the highest drug dealer there could be. And he was the youngest drug dealer, so he was very intelligent. He was only 23 when he got life without parole. My mother, she had me at 17. My mom struggled with mental health issues all her life. And so I was my mother's keeper. So with that, I had to care for my mom a lot, my sisters. When my mom had to go to work, I had to help my mother with my sisters, do their hair, do it all. But I became a mother at 16. And when I became a mother at 16, my baby's here with me. Um, she's 22. But when I became a mother, that was the most horrible time of my life. And I had to make a decision if I'm going to stick with the statistics of my neighborhood or I'm going to rise above that. When I was 16, pregnant, my grandmother gave me this yellow folder. It had my father's name on there, the date. I was 3 years old when my father got locked up. So he had the news articles, the letters, everything was in that folder. But it told me what was my fate. Will I allow my parents' troubles to dictate my future? And that was something that I couldn't give to my baby. I had to rise above that. So I had to look for resources. And the resources was a school called Launch G. Paquin. It was a pregnant girls' school. I went there. I learned how to sew. So I am a seamstress now. But I made my baby clothes and bibs and broken cloths and all that stuff. But at that school, there was a housing that allowed me to have an apartment. They gave me a stipend, but it gave us hope. And so in that, I was able to graduate high school, had a house for my daughter. I even saved up money with that stipend and was able to move out. So I have been on my own since I was 16. I was the first person in my father's side of the family to graduate from high school. And I graduated with a baby, with honors. And then some time passed. As you can see, it's me. You know, I've always been fashionable. But I have a baby with that was from my senior year. But later on, I had two more daughters, and that was challenging because I was a single mom. I was single, and I always wanted a me. But I still had to take care of my children, so that was still my priority. So I had to show them the best example that I could be even with limited resources. So I did. I ended up graduating from college after having three daughters. And I graduated with honors. And I was the first person on my mother's side of the family to get a college education. So as I mentioned before, my father was a street pharmacist, but both of my parents was entrepreneurs. My mom was a cosmetologist, so I would sit in salons as a baby. She'd take me to fashion shows. She just dragged me everywhere she went. So I'm a wanderer. I would be wandering in Greece, but I can't. But my mother taught me how to wander. But now that I think about it, my mom actually taught me a self-love that is it's a thing that I do when I'm going through something. And I'll just walk and I'll walk and I'll walk. I just keep walking, just keep walking. But it just helps me to think about things that I need to do, what things I need to adjust. If I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, just go walk. That's all. That's all my mom did was walk. So my mom being a cosmetologist and an artist, that was something that I embraced. And then my father was a numbers guy. I will say that. Okay. So I want to just give you three things that really helped me to navigate myself so that I can give myself a fresh start, but also give myself and my children hope. And I acknowledged that I needed assistance. I utilized the resources from that school, from the Second Chance program, and family and friends as well. But I embraced my life. So I learned coping skills. This is right here. I am 10 years of therapy that really molds me to teach me coping skills. I have a spiritual foundation, but I use my gifts in writing. I'm a poet, so I'm an artist and I'm a singer and all that stuff. But all the things. But the business management that my parents installed in me has really helped me to provide for my family. So the well-meaning friends like you all here today and my family is what really gives and helps me to execute my superpower and turn my pain into purpose. So I have these 5 affirmations that I literally use. And the first one was one that my therapist gave me. And when I would cry, coming to her, she says, "You're only one person. You're doing the best that you can." Can y'all say that with me? You're only one person. You're doing the best that you can. I am allowed to be in big rooms. Small rooms is not enough. Y'all say that with me. I am allowed to be in big rooms. Small rooms is not enough for me. I am a living legend. My gifts and talents matter. Say that with me. I am a living legend. My gifts and talents matter. I will not dim my light to make others feel better. Y'all say that with me. I will not dim my light to make others feel better. And I will continue to maneuver life's warning signs. I'm Ms.TeeKay. Thank you so much.